Yet another day and another dump from the US markets on this Bitcoin. When is the pain going to end? When are we going to get a bounce? Guys, are we going to go lower? That is the question I'm asking right now. I'm going to give you levels that I'm working on BTC. I've just entered with Ray a scalp long on BTC on Prime XBT. So we're going to see if that is going to hold. We've got corresponding alts in interesting zones as well. So this is a big show. Okay, we got to look at all these levels here. We got tons of altcoins. I've got your altcoins from yesterday as well. Drop more in the chats, guys. Let's sort you out. Let's get you teed up for the weekend. We got lots to talk about here. Answer here, chilling over there. And there he is. There he is. I'm alive. Okay. Banter Bubbles. Here we go again. Sui, 7% up. This thing is absolutely cooking today. And tell me why Gala Games, out of all of this, is 2% up. You know, this market never doesn't surprise me. But nice recovery from Notcoin at the bottom there. We've seen TON 2.8% up. I've got some news on TON for you guys. I've got that TON chart out. It was looking interesting yesterday. It's held really well on this dump. So I think TON could be something that we need to be paying attention to now. So that chart is lined up for you guys. It's locked and loaded. I've also got updates here on Sol and Dupe for you guys, and we're gonna sort you out. Okay, if you guys are stressing, if it's squeaky bum time, you're feeling the pressure. Wow, at least crypto is exciting. We can give it that much. Okay, let's talk what these guys are doing to us in the immediate short term. What does a guy like to say all the time? Okay, so we've hit my hot zone. Okay, so long story short, we had a pump on BTC. We had the employment data. We had the non-farm payrolls come out. Okay, they didn't come out bullish enough, but we had a pump on BTC straight into this little trend here on this 4 hour. And I mean, you know, not that we want to boast about it, but Ray and I mean, we did catch something there. There might have been a little short there in that zone. So right now you can see we pop into.
In my road, you would call that we hit the block a couple times and came back.
the 57K zone. So that was our resistance area that we were watching. 57K, that was trend resistance area for us. Now we've had a massive rejection on BTC. This is the first area that I started testing along. I've already banged one stop now on the reverse trade. Okay, we banged one stop. We are now in another little long here. Maybe we're going to get rinsed live on the show. Let's see how that goes. So right now, what I would do here, you can see we've lost a massive area. My area that I was watching, 54,500, this type of region. I was looking for a push through the 618 fib region at 55K. I wanted to take out this liquidity over here and just get a nice little bounce, consolidation, and a push. Now, subsequently, they've blown us through this area. So we've got to watch this candle low now as support. I'm running a stop under this region. If there is more weakness, and I suspect now after losing a key level like this, you would typically get a situation where they push you up and then they just send you back down. We need to start attacking potentially lower areas here. We need to start dealing with lower levels. And I'm going to give you guys a nice clear daily chart that you can work on as well. But right now, after printing a new low here, it's telling us that 52K is now potentially the next one on the table for us. So that is now what we're going to pay attention to this weekend, leading into the weekend and things like that. This is now officially on the table. We've lost a big level. We might push up now, look for that rejection, and then potentially send this one lower. Now, naturally, this could also just be a typical stop hunt scenario here. And maybe too many people were expecting this level. So it could be a little flush out here. And, the possibility is that the market can turn hot again and we start firing. But right now, when we break through the 55K region and we find support again at 55K, then I would say we can start turning a little bit more bullish on BTC. So right now, scalper positions here, maybe a little push up, a couple of percent at best. If we reclaim this 55, then we're going to get a little bit more spicy again. So hang in there at the moment. We're going to deal with tons of these altcoins. And here it is on Prime XBT. So XBT. So you can see
Yo, mic check. Mic check.
Did me again. They did me again. 53,700. That is where I'm now moving my stop here under those lows. So you can see it's pretty clean, pretty simple, and very easy exit plan. We lose those lows, I'm bailing. Okay, I'm chilling this weekend. Then we'll find a new entry later on when we need to. Okay, so that is the current game plan. You're going to notice now subsequent altcoins, they are bouncing most likely off support areas. Some of them have maybe printed new lows, but now they are reclaiming some support. So we're going to take a look there in a sec. And Ray, just keep me posted there if my sound obviously drops off again. Now, let's just take a look at a little bit of news here floating around. This was a cool little tweet for you guys, for the guys that love their crypto, the guys that love BTC. Bitcoin is now older than the stock market in terms of trading or active trading hours. Remember, the crypto market is 24/7. It's non-stop. And we are now older than the stock market. Look at this. Bitcoin, 123,000 hours have been clocked here. And the equity stock market since 1971. Only 100,000 hours. So Bitcoin doing all sorts of things here at the moment. And then is this not a sign of a bottom play coming here? Look at this. The Coinbase is lowest ranked since people started tracking it. Okay, remember in March, I think Coinbase ranking, the app ranking in the App Store went up to 7th or 8th, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure it was top 10. We got, the guys were coming. And if you remember the type of pumpage that we had. So now it's above 500, the lowest rank since they started tracking it. I mean, if this is not a potential bottom signal here, I don't know. We keep getting things like this. I'm loving this. Okay, this tells me we're getting close. And 𝗑𝗫𝗖𝗪𝗘 telling us the stock market has not seen a single green day in September yet. And yesterday, I showed you guys those stats that it's actually September is not necessarily a bad thing, especially in the election here. We actually end out on top. So I suspect, okay, there's a shakeout still coming now. They're busy with it now. They're shaking out. But I suspect we end up green in September. So I'm not too concerned just yet on this S&P, but fuck, I mean, this double top is now playing out. And, for me, it felt too obvious. I thought they were going to come and grab some liquidity up there, do a little stop hunt first, send this thing higher, and then come and rinse everybody. That is what I was looking for. And they basically said, okay, cool. Very simple chart pattern. Let's dump it. And, that has played out. So it shows you how simple TA can actually be if you really just simplify things. And typical little double top here on the daily, and off she goes. So big level lost here for me. This was always a big area, this little gap that we were looking to close. We've now closed that gap, and they want more blood. So they are sending it lower. So right now we can look, there is a 5,323 region we can watch. Nice little 618 here as well. And that for me looks like a nice little home base. If we start drifting lower, there will be a 0.5. Okay, there will be a 0.5 here. There's the 100-day MA as well. So even a little short-term bounce there. But I would say that would give us a nice little region, this 5,320. So eyes on that for the S&P. Anyone who's interested in the S&P. And I know last time I did a poll, you guys were like, come on, no stocks, just crypto. That you guys thought I was mad. So, but you know what? I'm bringing stocks back. I am going to be bringing a couple of stocks here for you guys. And this is, can I help you there, sir? Wow, Soul still holding 1.7.
And Dylan doing stocks is bullish. There you go.
Guys, I promised you I was going to wear this white hat until the market started pumping, because every time I wore it when the market was green, we got sent to zero, okay? This white hat stays on until this market starts pumping. So I've got you guys. And let's go. This is what I pushed earlier today on Twitter. I thought this was great. It's actually all the Americans. It's Americans like this guy, that guy. He's American. This guy, he's American. It's all your fault, okay? Look at this chart here. This is from Velo Data, and they're showing us cumulative return by session. Okay, the Americans are the worst. Okay, over the last month, Bitcoin is down net 4% from American selling during the American sessions. Look at the Asians. Okay, we 5% up. Thank you, sirs. Okay, thank you for pumping us while I'm sleeping. To the Asians, the Europeans, while you keeping that open while we we're awake in the day. But the Americans, I'm disappointed in you guys. And you really need to get your act together and stop the selling. I mean, net down. It's negative 4.5% here over the last month. I mean, that's shocking. Bruce, can you do something? Can you market buy?
Absolutely. Americans until early November are going to be howling at the wind.
Well, can you get them back? Okay, I'd appreciate
it. Okay, I'll take responsibility. I will go recruit every American to have a positive attitude towards the market, okay?
Correct. Correct. Appreciate that. Okay, so guys, don't worry. Bruce is on it. He's going to get this thing pumping. Okay, so what I like to do as well, when we're getting dumpage, okay, remember, when you get dumpage, there's a couple of things you need to do. Look at a high time frame, bigger picture chart, and then you can dial in. Look at the smaller time frames and things like that. And just to explain why I was taking a long earlier, I highlighted this on the 15-minute charts on BTC, and this was a big target for me. This yellow line here was the low of those of that little range that I showed you there on BTC, this 54,400 region. You can see we reacted off it beautifully, but now they've sent it down. So there could be a sign here that there's a little bit more downside coming. So if you are in a BTC long, just be careful here. Watch the stop under these under this candle here. Look out if we do get a little bit of action in that region there. And I see Paul says he hates trading the US session. Look, the US session, it goes through, it's like, they're a bit schizophrenic sometimes, Sometimes we have an amazing time in that US session. And, at the moment, they're just ending us. They basically just, they're giving us a hard time. Okay, BTC on the daily now, like I say, always zoom out. Where are we on the bigger picture? Now you can see I'm watching 4 hour, I'm watching 15 minutes, I'm watching daily. Okay, 4 hour, they gave us our levels. Okay, there's still a chance that this region holds here, but you can see here on BTC on the daily, we are looking now down, staring at the barrel here of a potential 52K as a target here. So let's look out. You can see this thing is looking sad. So for me on the daily, looks like a 52K potential here for us. That would tie into that descending trend there as well. And, that looks pretty reasonable. So let's not write that area off here. And that is why I'm saying let's just be cautious of this current bounce that we are watching. There's a nice little bunch of liquidity there. You can see that was from February when we were consolidating a little bit. So anywhere in that region for me is another reaction area. So let's keep our eyes on that. And, one of these is going to give us a pump to the 57, 58, 60K level. One of these is going to be the trigger. Okay, so just hang in there. Just be patient. Watch these big areas. And, for me, generally, it's highly unusual that Bitcoin won't bottom on some kind of big area or some kind of big level. It's not really going to try and bottom on a random little level. So that's why I love pulling out the daily, looking at some of these big areas here. And if we're going to find a bottom, it's generally on a big zone. So 52K is now on my radar for the next type of region. And you can see if we just take this band, just look under this region over here, you can see it takes us down even to 50K and that sort of thing. So it's on the table. And we've been talking about this double bottom as a possibility since they originally dumped us on the 5th of August. And here we are. Finally, they did a whole month and they are bringing us back. So just remember the drill. After a dump in the crypto markets, more than likely, they come back and fill those wicks, however long it takes, but they love coming back. And now, is this USDT play about to play out? This is USDT dominance for us that we've been watching closely. This is it on the weekly, and this is my big rejection zone. We are pushing into 6.5%. Why do I want to see a rejection here? Well, essentially, that tells me that USDT flows back into crypto. Okay, so right now, USDT dominance is pumping. They're taking money out of altcoins. They're taking money out of Bitcoin, and they're converting to USDT. We want to see that now reverse. That will reject, well, we're looking for the rejection here for us, and then that should trigger some kind of bounce in the market. So based on what we're seeing here, I would say we're closer rather than not to some kind of bounce here in the market. That maybe is going to be one more push for BTC, 50K, 52K into this region. Michael, hang in there, bro. I'm on my 5th pair today. Okay, I'm on my 5th pair this afternoon, bro, and it's all happening. And I see Limit X is hunting for a bounce. Yeah, look, you guys know the areas, you know what to do. Look at this USDT, and it looks to me like we're close to some kind of bounce here. Double top on the USDT dominance and the double bottom on BTC. Wouldn't that be a lovely little play here for us and a nice little bounce? So that is what I'm looking at. That is the current plan. Let's talk the shitcoin. ETH is back, okay? Finally coming to our 2,100 level, and no changes for me. So we've lost our big area. For me, patience game here. Let it do its thing. That's the trade for me on ETH. That is what we're waiting for. If you are looking or you're hunting for a position here on ETH, look how beautiful this thing looks, okay? We've got our rising trend. We've got our 618. We've got our horizontals. That is a big zone, okay? So 2,100. If you're busy getting rinsed on ETH, 2,100 is the most realistic bounce zone. Okay, so just brace yourself. It's a possibility that we can see that. And Jasper sending us to 22K, bro. It's going to be a long few months if we're going to 22K. But you know what? Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, Jasper. We'll be here. Okay, we'll be trading this shit with you every single day. Up, down, whatever, sideways, we'll be here. And we'll be sharpening our skills so we can take advantage. Michelle's saying patience, guys. Hang in there. Okay, so ETH, you've got the play. If you are getting rinsed in ETH, if you are sitting in ETH like me, okay, 2,100, that's the zone. That is a big area now. That is what we're looking at. That, for me, is our bounce zone, okay? If we start losing that, well, you know, then Jasper's 22K maybe starts looking like a reality. But for now, 2,100 on ETH, that is at least a bounce, okay? We'll deal with that after a bounce, but it's at least a bounce zone for me. So hang in there, ETH traders. And then while we're on the topic of ETH, I just wanted to talk about Lido and Look On Chain posting that Alex 𝗍𝗑𝗍𝗔𝗥, he's the CEO of Nansen. He deposited his remaining $3 million worth of Lido onto Coinbase. Okay, did someone say sell pressure is coming? Okay, so Lido traders, just watch out. I just thought this is a $3 million sell. It's been dumped onto Coinbase. And Lido, we know Lido needs to run with a bullish ETH. If ETH is bullish, Lido is going to outperform generally on ETH. And Lido is now absolutely looking, it's looking like absolute shit here. But this is the weekly. And one more reminder, if that little thing starts dumping you, just look out for Lido at about 0.8. Okay, that might be a little catalyst push there for you guys, just to get Lido maybe a little bit cheaper. If this guy's going to offload his Lido, there's going to be a sell order. Maybe he's going to market sell this thing and just dump that. But I suspect there might be an opportunity here for Lido. Okay, just watch this thing lower. Watch it into 0.8. If there's sell pressure, you know why it could be potentially triggered. That's a massive sell order there for the guys. And Arctic Trading telling us dominance is dumping. Yes. Okay, that is exactly what we want. Reminder, Sol traders, I don't want to talk about this every single day, but I'm just refreshing your memory. The reason I liked Sol was this breakpoint trade, 68% 21, 42% 22, 58% in 2023, leading into breakpoint. Okay, that is why I've been so interested in Sol. Let's look at Sol again. Let's update where we are and my current situation. So, Sol, nice pump today. We had a great pump. I moved my stop higher up there on the Sol trade I was in. Then we did that full round trip, stopped out there at entry on Sol. I've re-entered Sol. I'm going to show you why I've re-entered that one for now. And that is so. Let's just confirm where we are. So Sol, you can see what's going on here. We are drifting lower. Okay, so still the high conviction zone for me is 122 to 121. Our next big area is going to be the 107 to 108 region. So that we know. Okay, we know. Bigger picture, that is where things could potentially go.
Is back at that wick. If you want
Are we going back to zero?
We're back at the wick.
We're going back to zero.
So if you want to
okay, hang in there, guys. There you go. Hang in there. Let's see. And Kratsky says, Lido, absolute dog shit. Well, I personally believe it is. Okay, and here is Sol. So when we got that beautiful pump, you know, we stare at it in glory. What do we do when you get a nice pump? Raise your stops a little bit, de-risk. You don't want to get in a situation where they dump you past and you get absolutely rinsed out. So Sol did a nice little round trip. Congrats to everybody who enjoyed the round trip on Sol. And even more congrats to the Sniper Club members that were trying to scalp Sol earlier today when I gave you the 786 as a rejection zone. There, Roos is pretty happy about that. And they had a nice little 786 rejection. And we were calling this the no FOMO zone. The 134 region is the no FOMO zone. Now, you guys know my strategy behind the Sol trade. I'm trying to make sure I'm holding this position leading into this breakpoint so that we can get some mega pump. If they're going to give us 50% of Sol, I want to be in that situation. So don't mind taking a couple of stops here or there. And then with regards to Sol, yesterday, guys, who got your entries? Okay, this was beautiful. And I want to see in the chats here because I gave you guys some banging entries yesterday. This is important. You guys need to watch the show daily, like entries that you got last night after my show. Sol, Dupe, I think Cass was one of the bangers as well. There were a couple of others. They dropped into these perfect little areas. Remember, watch the show every single day because sometimes these levels that I'm giving you are only applicable to the next day. So you need to have these things ready. You need to have these charts up. But this was so beautiful. Look at Sol dropping into the 127.28 here on the 618. I gave you guys this entry here yesterday. I had an extra buy order here on Sol on my Bybit trade. It pinged that thing well, in the morning and sent this thing straight up. Okay, so that was beautiful. What did I do? I held on to this thing. I raised my stop. Yes, sir. Can I help you, sir?
Can we ping 618 on the likes, please? Can we just knock that out for a good Friday?
Okay, guys, ping the 618 for the likes. Okay, and I don't know why I always get this stupid window in front of me, but on this Bybit. But here's Sol. Okay, so did a round trip there. Beautiful. Loved it. Have jumped in. You can see here's my stop. 126.38. We back in business here on Sol. Let's see if this thing doesn't hold. I suspect we go to 122, 121. That is where I'm looking next. Okay, if this thing stops out, if BTC stops out, I'm taking a step back. We deal with this on Sunday. Remember, I do a show every Sunday for you guys. This Sunday, I believe I'm on the main channel as well. So we'll deal with the whole weekend. We'll deal with the week ahead on Sunday. So that is my game plan there. You can see my stop on Sol. You know why I'm interested in the Sol trade. And back again, 127. You can see why this is a potential area of interest for us and potential bounce zone. Okay, so very simple game plan here on Sol. Let's recap on Dupe as well. I still think Dupe, we're going to get an entry. I still think this thing is just a matter of time, a little bit of patience here for us. And Dupe for me, 0.67 to 0.66. Still loving this as a potential bounce play. Look how nice this little move is. Double bottom into that area and then a little send higher. That should tie in with BTC. Just dipping a little bit lower here, maybe this weekend, just sweating us out a little bit. So Dupe traders, 67, 66. That is still my high conviction zone there for Dupe that we're watching. And a reminder, yesterday we gave you the same entries, okay? And if you guys managed to grab Dupe on the 618 yesterday, just like Sol, I mean, look at this absolute banger. And it pings this thing to perfection. Look at that. 618 in play here for you guys. It was 6964. Now, we've lost that temporarily, and now we're reclaiming. So if you are sitting in Dupe, okay, what you can do, Dupe traders, watching 6964, make sure that thing holds as your support. 6964. Alternatively, you are using this dump now. This dump that you've just got, that wick low, that can be your support marker that you want to use. And that for me is 6885. Okay, so look out for that. If you've played this bounce, you've got your wick low that you can use there, and watch 6964 as sort of secondary support here. So if you don't want to, if you don't want to put yourself under too much pressure, 6964, watch that area over there on Dupe. Could be a little banger there for you guys if it does play out. Then an update on WIF. We still don't have our entry yet on this thing. This is why it tells me we could sweat a little bit more. WIF traders, 1.43. We're still waiting for that. This is what I put out yesterday. Let's look for that. 1.43 looks like a little dip into that zone. And wouldn't this be a pretty picture? Just a nice little trend play tied in with a 618 and tied in with some horizontals there. So WIF traders, Sol narrative, Dupe, Drift, Popcat, WIF, what do we got? Bonk, Radium, all those things. If Sol is cooking, I see Monga says, hold on to your Sol. If Sol is cooking, these guys should be cooking. So 1.43 on WIF, just hang in there. Okay, watching that region there should be a nice little banger for us on WIF. Now, news on Ton, news on Telegram and things like that. As it turns out, after his arrest, they've made a couple of changes with Telegram, and it sounds like he's going to start cooperating now a little bit with the authorities. So he's released a nice little statement today, but there's a couple of changes here from Mario, and he's saying all Telegram chats and group chats are private amongst their participants. We do not process any requests related to them. Okay, that was the previous statement. Now they've made changes to this and their privacy policy. So take a look there if you want to have a quick read as to what changes they are making. So basically, this tells me it's potentially turning a little bullish for Ton, and he made a whole statement today. And he says he's committed to a new approach towards the moderation of the app. Okay, so now remember, these guys got banned in Iran because they wouldn't hand over information. They got banned in Russia for the same reasons and things like that. And now he seems to be swerving a little bit here, trying to help these guys. If you want to read the statement, Autism Capital, they've dropped his entire statement here from the guys. So just take a look there. You can follow them, Autism Capital. Read about what he has to say. But at the end of the day. Hello?
I'd say he's trying to help himself and not help them, technically.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's going to be bullish for the token. I would expect when all the dust settles. Remember, there's been a massive sell-off on this TON token now, like an exaggerated sell-off. Okay, when everybody realizes, hey, okay, so fundamentally we actually still okay. We've still got 1 billion users. We full steam ahead. I think the market wakes up and realizes that things are pretty cheap then, considering for TON and where we are in the current market situation. So you can see there were signs yesterday from TON, and I dropped this in Sniper Club yesterday morning. I dropped this in Sniper Club. We had some bullish divergence here on the regular RSI. The RSI was ticking higher, and the price action was ticking lower. That's essentially bullish divergence there. Price going down, RSI turning up, telling us there could be some kind of reversal, and that was obviously leading into the statement and the news. Now, if the market hadn't sold off the way it has in the last couple of hours, I suspect TON would have been absolutely ripping. But, in spite of what's gone on, you can see TON has actually just floated around here and held relatively well. So TON traders, if you are interested, this thing seems to be sorting itself out at the moment. Okay, again, anything can happen. This guy's in tons of trouble with the French and stuff like that, but it seems to be sorting itself out. Okay, so at the very least, this could be one of our DCA zones that we've spoken about so much on TON. And maybe at the worst, you can look for some kind of situation here. You've got your support 4.4. Okay, watch that area closely. This is a typical region here for us. So if you're looking for some kind of action here, this could be a region where you want to start sniffing around. Okay, I drew you a little picture here the other day, or Sniper Club members, they got a little picture here of what we're looking at. So just see what happens when it floats down in this area. Let's look for some kind of structure and some kind of action in the zone. You can see we also have a nice little trend, and you can easily just come and play this trend break and deal with this thing if it starts breaking trends. So after that, we would see this 5.8 and the 6.2 level. That looks like a nice zone. And I was telling Sniper Club guys earlier today, guys and girls, that there's a potential short opportunity on TON when this thing turns super bullish. And I want to give it to you now so you can mark it on your charts and just save it for a rainy day. Okay, but look at this. Okay, look at this hot zone here for TON. So if we do get some kind of bullish pump out of the market, we're looking for a push into 6.2. Okay, area number 1. That's a hot zone for me. I just want to highlight this 0.5 as well. We're going to take that one on. And we're looking at that 200-day moving average there. Okay, bang, look at that. Okay, and then we've got some order blocks and things like that we can start playing around with as well. So let's just pull these order blocks out here. Let me just get my, where's my MDX? Where's my MDX? There it is. Okay, MDX. Let's go. MDX auto charting tools. And what you can use here, I mean, they've got order blocks built in. They've got tons of things built in on this thing. Let's just highlight, the order blocks. I'm going to go to settings. We just want to highlight our order blocks here. There we go. Supply and demand regions. Okay, bang. And let's see what we got. There we go. Okay, so the areas of interest here for TON that you guys can watch. If we do get some kind of push out of TON, where do I think we can get a potential short play? This is a big zone. 5.87, big zone for us. Next big zone, 6.2. Okay, 2 huge areas here. That is worth putting an alarm on your charts. And I would say, look around. That could be a beautiful little short opportunity on any aggressive moves there out of TON. So that is something to watch. Let's just let's clean this up quickly and then get this marked down and take a look at this thing and just check into this. Okay, every couple of days, if things turn bullish, just start checking in here, and you could get a nice little setup there. So nice little play. There's 𝗬𝗢𝗣𝗣𝗅 here. He says this show is the best way to start the weekend. Well, if it's pumping, then it's the best way to start the weekend. Let's hope. Okay, I've got some alpha for you guys. And then I've got 2 or 3 of your charts from yesterday. Drop a couple of charts in the comments now quickly. And I've got some alpha. Okay, here's something interesting. Okay, it's worth a look. This guy, Zuma, he says, wait till CT, crypto Twitter, finds out 𝗦𝗦𝗬𝗣𝗘 is trading at a $10 million market cap with Bybit, Perps, and Spot. Okay, any guesses what 𝗦𝗦𝗬𝗣𝗘 is? Okay, now we know how well 𝗦𝗦𝗬𝗣's been doing on ETH. Naturally, that thing's an absolute beast. Untested as well, as to how an 𝗦𝗦𝗬𝗣𝗘 play would do on Sui. Okay, it's still quite a new project and things like that. So, let's have a look. But that particular project is called Scallop. Okay, who remembers this thing? Okay, so the ticker is SCA, and the market cap is $9.7 million. Okay, who remembers this? Scallop. It's on Bybit, Gate, HTX, QQuote. Do you remember this thing?
I met the guy in Korea. I know.
So
it's alive. God.
Yeah, he's alive. He's alive.
It's alive.
Okay.
So, here's a high risk play if there ever was one. Bruce, you remember this thing?
Oh yeah, you used to trade it. I mean, come on. I mean,
Well, Scallop. Okay, so guys, a 10 million market cap.
Did you bring the best?
It's a high risk play. Okay, $10 million market cap. 𝗬𝗢𝗓𝗔𝗟𝗚𝗢. Okay, you heard it. Look, I wouldn't leverage trade this thing, but look at this chart. This thing is absolutely wrecked. And can it go down more? Of course, it can go down more. But Scallop, $10 million market cap. If you believe in 𝗬𝗎, okay, if you believe that working, Scallop at $10 million, maybe it's worth a little look, a couple of dollars there, a couple of dollars in your spot portfolio, and maybe this thing gets a little bit of traction. So yeah, I've had a look at Scallop. I don't think in the bullish market, this thing's in a rip. Okay, that's the bottom line. And Matt says this is dog shit. Maybe it's absolute dog shit. So just be careful and. Just be careful. Resistance. You can see it's at resistance. Okay, so you're buying this here. You're buying it at resistance. Okay, you're buying it at rinse time. So just be careful. Onkus is getting wrecked in Scallop. Did you guys get wrecked in Scallop? What happened to you guys? Did they get smashed? Oh, it's messy. Okay, so anyway, there it is. $10 million market cap. Is it going to work on 𝗬𝗎? Maybe. Okay, 𝗬𝗎's got tons of attention at the moment, and that's why I've got the 𝗬𝗎 chart for you guys. And we looked at this one yesterday. Look at this thing. It's done absolutely nothing in the last 24 hours. In spite of this dump that we've had, the pump, all these types of things, look how it's hanging around. So 𝗬𝗎 traders, obviously something going well for you guys at the moment. And things are hanging out. So, my preferred zone is still what I gave you yesterday, the 7122. Still looking at that. I'm looking at that closely. Okay, that is still my preferred area. But as far as 𝗬𝗎 is concerned, you can see if we look at this on the 12-hour, we've broken through a big horizontal here. Okay, big little region, big little region. Okay, the big little region, because it's not a weekly, it's the 12 hours. So interesting to me if this thing is going to hold now. You can see this blue line that I've got here is also our anchored VWAP. You can see that blue line. You can see our 100-day moving average here for us. Anchored VWAP, 100-day MA. We got 50-day MA support here. So yes, okay, 𝗬𝗎 is interesting here. Okay, use your support band, 0.83. Watch that region. Okay, if we do get a little dip here on BTC, based on how 𝗬𝗎 has behaved in the last dump in the last 24 hours, I expect a little bit of a sell-off, but not a massive sell-off, relative to some other alts. So I would say if this thing's
Mic check, mic check. Where you at, champ?
Hey there.
Let's get him, Bruce, until Bill
Yeah.
gets back.
All right. Dill, you want me to do some charts while you're figuring it out? Not if you do.
Yeah. Come on, Bill.
Hang on, everybody. It's a South African thing. They're working on it. It's the
Somehow
weather.
he's on
It's the
mute.
market. It's Elon Musk blocking everybody.
That's funny. Yeah, his mic is muted.
Yeah. Give it a sec. All right. Give him 1 second. If he can fix it, I'll just run through some charts.
Anyways, on
I
the
want to look at.
2-minute time
What's up?
frame, Bitcoin looking
Okay.
bearish on the 2-minute.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, while he's doing that, I'm just going to go through some charts. Let me start on my charts up right now, Ray.
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm looking for, by the way, when we know the U.S. market is going to dump during the day and then Asia is going to pick it up at night, that's a pattern you can trade. So what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks is simply identifying levels that America might push a token down to, and then I simply open my trades during the open of the Asia session, and that seems to be working out for a couple of weeks. Not going to last long, but it's a great thing. So what I'm noticing is that a number of tokens, in spite of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin kind of losing its cookies right there. A number of tokens are holding their own. Some of them are. Let me close this down a little bit for you. Hang on. One of them I'm noticing, for example, is TIA. Celestia is holding this level very strongly in spite of Bitcoin pushing down. I'm waiting for a break of that trend, and I'm going to start a long position there. It's not quite ready yet. Another one, obviously, is Sol. Sol pushed down cleanly in Bitcoin 8.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
I'm alive.
Oh, welcome back.
Guys, I don't know. It's absolute boomer vibes. But luckily,
great.
I've got this amazing team here, and that came to the rescue.
We got you. We got your back. We always have your back, brother.
I don't know what happened there. It just kind of went off. Okay, Bruce, I'm going to hand it over to you in a minute. Let me finish this Pendle quickly, guys. And thank you for your patience there, everybody. I'm glad everybody's still here. What legends. Okay, I made it back in one piece. So Pendle was one of your requests from yesterday, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of Pendle love because I think we're actually going to get into an interesting zone here for Pendle. Look at this thing. It's coming. Okay, look at this little meltdown here. Look at this little 618. So Pendle is looking good here for us, and we're nearly there. 2.5. That's a little hot zone for me. So Pendle traders, RWA play. Remember, nice little one. RWA DeFi situation there on Pendle. 2.5. Okay, that was one of your chart requests there yesterday. I see DJ and Deb was loving Bruce there in the back, guys. He's coming back. Red K says the scallop effect, guys. You got to tell me what the story is with the scallop. Was the scallop a bad one or what? Was it a Rex? Was it Rex?
It was funny. It was funny.
Okay, so Kryptone says it's the Democrats. Okay, so guys, Pendle, I love Pendle. Okay, RWA play, great DCA zone here, 2.5, nice little area here, potentially a leverage trade position in there. If we get a little dump into that zone, you know the drill. You know what I like to look for. We look for consolidation here, and then we look for that little send. Okay, so Pendle's looking nice to me, looking interesting. And then what was the other one, Ray? It was Pendle, it was Sui. What were the other ones? What's the other ones we had to deliver?
The real you got Pendle, right? And
Pendle, Sui,
ICP and Altcoin. Wild.
ICP. Okay, guys, let's go ICP. Oh well, look. Okay, CAS traders. Remember the CAS. Okay, let's just deal with this quickly. CAS on the 1 hour. We've now lost our big zone. Okay, so we've hit our reaction zone yesterday. Look at that little dip into the 618 there. CAS, nice little pump. What did they do? Float around, pump today. Now we've lost that area. So CAS traders, bearish now. Okay, we're looking for lower. CAS traders, don't do anything yet. Okay, nothing to do now. Wait for the 0.136. Let this thing play out now. Big level, 0.136 on CAS. That's the next big one for me. Unless this thing turns bullish again, starts giving us something like that, I would stay away. Okay, I would wait now. Let this thing drop down for us into a lower level. And then ICP, let's smash out ICP quickly. Also a messy one, this ICP situation. Let's go. Let's clean this chart. Okay, so yeah, a lot of like guys loving ICP. Okay, a lot of people think it's absolute dog shit as well. I'm sort of on the fence on this thing. Bruce, do you do this thing much? You do the ICP?
Not, I have not. It's not on my list right now, but it has been quite a bit in the past.
Okay, here's a long setup.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see how clean this is.
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Pretty,
this is clean.
Pretty.
Okay.
I'm adding that to the list. I like that.
Yeah, here's a nice one. Okay, so here's something interesting for you guys. Little bit of weakness to BTC. Let's dip this thing into this area here. Look for that little stop hunt there. That is something to look at there on ICP. So 6.84. That's interesting to me. 6.84. Let's just zoom in, and then you do have an area lower down. Okay, your next zone. Always understand where your next level is. Where do I attack this thing next? You can see why this is a nice area. Look at this horizontal. We've got the 786. We've got the rising trend. There's a lot talking to us in this area. Even a short-term bounce here on ICP looks interesting. Okay, then lower down, if they do rinse you out further, okay, just kick back. Wait, we'll get this opportunity over here. We'll get that level, 6.3, somewhere in that region. So, yeah, I'm liking ICP. Little dip into that 786. Bruce, what were you talking about there before I disappeared?
Well, actually, I wanted to show a couple things that are interesting. There we go. So let me come over to my charts. So I've noticed that in spite of Bitcoin being kind of pissy right now, I've noticed a couple tokens that are doing relatively well. They're holding the levels. The first one that I've really noticed is 𝗪𝗡𝗡, right? 𝗪𝗡𝗡 is holding a consistent trend right there. I entered over there. And I'm basically just, as long as it's continuing to hold this trend line right there, I'm just going to keep building a position. Actually, what I'm waiting for, my full position will happen if the market continues like this, when it breaks above that level, which is the 382, tests it, and then starts to push up from there, assuming the market holds that. That's where I'm going to go full position it. But until then, I'm just building. I really like the fact that it's not listening to the negativity out there. And then I've got 4 other trades that I'm working on that are all the same. Right? And you showed one of them a second ago. All of them, and I'll just go through them quickly. All of them did the same thing. They've all, Celestia, solid level, it's holding it, right? So that's at the 4.077 level. Solana, ping the 618, it's holding it, right? Right there at 129 area, it's holding it solid. Avalanche is also another one. Came down to that level right there. It's a 786 on this chart. Boy, it's holding it solid. And when it's holding solid, when Bitcoin is still dumping, these are all great signs. And the third one is, unfortunately, is Avalanche. Again, pump up, right? Swing failure pattern. Wyckoff, what do you want to call it? Come up, tested support, pushed up, tested support again. And that's a good indication for push up. I really like that level for the data, which is right now 1.09. That's what I'm looking at, things that just look easy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've just, while you were talking about these alts holding these levels. So, I mean, the interesting thing is that something to pay attention to, guys, when we have these situations like this, let me just move that screen. Yep. When we have situations like this and BTC is printing new lows, the first thing you can do is you can look at that dominance chart on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, things like that. And if dominance is falling over and Bitcoin's printing new lows, it's telling you these alts are temporarily, they've had enough dumping. Okay, they're trying to consolidate and things like that. So that is always a nice little sign. And you can see this is dominance now on the 4 hour. And we've had a nice little sell-off. So if you are wondering why your alts were holding at the time, is dominance has been selling off pretty nicely this afternoon. Okay, this is these are 4 hour candles. Look at that. So it's been selling off well. Okay, the danger comes now when you get a bounce. Okay, this is where these alts can now start losing levels if you get a bounce. So always get one eye on BTC. And we nearly got stopped out there. And you saw dominance started pumping there, and BTC started dumping. Okay, so dominance started pumping. Let's see if this holds now. So guys, we're still sitting in the long. Okay, we've survived how many minutes here? 43 minutes. Not rinsed yet. Okay, so we've got our lows there. And let's see how we go. And let's see if those crypto gods are going to send us to good places. DJ and Deb's taking some notes. Okay, guys, don't forget. Okay, a couple of things. Leave the tokens in the chart in the comments that you want me to chart for you. I'm doing a show on Sunday. Okay, get yourself time this weekend to think about things. Okay, drop them in the comments for us. Me and Ray will go through them on Sunday. We're going to tee you guys up for the week. We're going to sort you guys out for whatever's happened this weekend, whatever they've done to us, whether they pump it or dump it. We're going to cover you, and we're going to sort you out. So right now for me, long BTC where we are. Okay, stop is just under that wick. You can see corresponding altcoins, they're sitting on levels. Okay, look at Rune, look at Sol, look at AVAX that Bruce just showed you, all these other tokens. They're sitting on potential areas. If there's going to be a meltdown now this weekend, okay, don't find yourself over trading. Zoom out, look at your next big area, okay? And just, you know, if it's falling over on the weekend, just say, is it really worth me trying to take a trade now in the middle of a Saturday while I'm at a barbecue on my phone? You know what I mean? Just leave it. We'll deal with the stuff on Sunday, and we'll sort you out. The market's not going anywhere. Okay. And also join Sniper Club if you want to hang out with Bruce some more. Okay. He's amazing. Okay. He does portfolio things as well. There's tons going on there. Links in the description here, in the show description, and everything that I do is here in the description, folks.
Something's going on with GME and like Roaring Kitty. I think Roaring Kitty's back. Something's going on. The GME coin.
Bullish. Okay, we'll look now. Everything, guys, everything available that you see me trade on, Prime XBT, ZoomX, WeX, it's all here. The link's in the description. Sniper Club is there. It's at the top. Come hang out with us and go through the shopping list. And let's just look at this GME, guys. You're shouting GME at me. Let's see. Oh, look at it. It's on Mexi as well. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Bullish. The last time the market started pumping, I think this thing triggered something. Okay, so this tells us GME, you know, there's something going on here. This is pretty bullish. Okay, this is pretty bullish for the market. Would I touch this now? No. Okay, don't touch this now, guys. But it could be a nice little sign here. I don't know why this thing is ripping, but yeah, we'll deal with it. Okay, guys. Bruce, thank you. Yeah, thanks for hanging. Yeah, legend. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys on Sunday. We'll sort you out. Okay, just don't overtrade. Don't get yourself chopped up for no reason. We'll catch you guys later.